Hey, what's up, y'all? We're going to cover what Wildcard released just a couple of hours ago as the community crunch. So let's jump straight into it. It says, welcome to another edition of the Community Crunch. We appreciate your patience as we digest the feedback and consulted with our partners to revise our upcoming plans. As always, we're very grateful to have such passionate player base, and we hear and understand your concerns. We've decided to make some changes and provide additional information as to why we're making this approach. So please bear with us as we address some points. Price point and bundle. First things first, we are scrapping the Ark Responded bundle. Our intention behind this was to provide a package where you essentially got two products for the price of one. In hindsight, not the best move. Our bad. We recognize how combining Ark Survival Ascended with Ark 2 and requiring further DLC upgrades wasn't optimal, especially since you wouldn't be able to judge Ark 2 as no gameplay or content would be available yet. Here are our new plans. Ark Survival Ascended will now be a standalone package released on every platform, PC, Windows, and Steam, Xbox Series S and X, and PlayStation 5 at $59.99. Literally just made a video about it going up to $59.99. I'll put that right here in the top right hand corner of the screen and link it down in the description below if you want to check that out. The package will include the following pieces of content built in, not sold separately, and with each remastered and altered for the next generation. So it seems at launch, we're going to receive The Island, Survival of the Fittest, and Scorched Earth. We're going to get Aberration by fourth quarter of 2023, Extinction and Genesis Part 1, first quarter of 2024, Genesis Part 2 in quarter 2 of 2024, and all the community created maps are also to be released over time in 2024. Fjordor, Ragnarok, The Center, Lost Island, Valguero, and Crystal Isles. If I remember correctly, that wasn't the initial plan for the community created maps. They were going to release them during the whole release program in between now and quarter 2 of 2024. So I think we might need some more clarification on that, because if that's the case, we're just going to have all the story maps and then they're going to start releasing the community created maps, and I'm not so sure if I'm okay with that, because there's some things that seriously need to change with the story maps, like levels. Dino levels is horrible. That's a video for another time. We'll get into that on a different at a different time. So let's continue. No longer a backward compatible free update. Initially, we had first considered doing an Unreal Engine 5 upgrade. We plan to just port the Switch version of the game and undo the graphical limitations required for the hardware. We weren't going to maximize the potential of the new technology, we weren't going to introduce new gameplay changes, and we weren't going to make critical design changes that would have had an impact on existing save data. After carefully considering what would be the best outcome for those who enjoy Ark Survival Evolved and would want to continue to enjoy it in the years to come, we decided that our initial plan would not be sufficient. We want to provide you with an evergreen classic Ark experience, one that can continue to grow over time on a cleaned up code base, making use of the new technological advances not only in the industry but also in what we are working on with Ark 2. We aren't trying to mislead you with earlier comments. Our plans and overall intentions changed. So you're probably asking, why don't we make these upgrades to the original Ark Survival Evolved? Frankly, it wouldn't be viable. Many of the changes we're making in Ark Survival Ascended will touch a lot of aspects of the game. It'll invalidate save data, some mods may not be functional, some things may not play the same way as they did before, and we didn't want to change that experience for those who prefer it or are unable to upgrade. This also impacted our decision to sunset the ASE, Ark Survival Evolved, official network offline on August 31st, shortly before the Ark Survival Ascended launch. Despite Ark Survival Evolved officials representing the minority of players on Ark, it's an invested and passionate group with attachments to their bases, tames, and characters, and seeing that go away can't be easy. While we know it's not the same, we hope making the saves available for unofficial use help diminishes the loss. Our reasoning behind the decision is that those servers are essentially based on old technology and require significant development, resources, and time for our teams to operate and maintain. In some cases, the issues aren't as easily solvable without an overall upgrade. Additionally, we know that those resources could be better utilized on a fundamentally new technology to further enhance an overall game experience for all players. ASE will still be available to play for those who choose to. That includes multiplayer through unofficial player-hosted sessions, the endless amount of mods on the Steam Workshop, and all the game content as you currently know it. All of that is going to remain, but after 8 years of development, we have to make the difficult decision of sunsetting Ark Survival Evolved and the official network in order to provide that truly long-term and evergreen version of the game through Ark Survival Ascended. We'll be sending off ASE with one final content update for our 8th anniversary this June, releasing the fan-elected creature, Rhinaganatha. Keep an eye out next week for his dossier. We plan to support Ark Survival Ascended with new features including at launch, content drops, creatures, items, structures, and DLC. Our roadmap covered some of those planned changes, and we said there would be more, and here's another preview. Dynamic navigation mesh and creature pathfinding overhaul. Hopefully that means raptors don't just run at you in a straight line anymore. That gets super boring, or anything for that matter. A photo mode, NVIDIA DLSS. If anybody knows what that is, could you leave a comment down in the description below, because I actually have no idea what that is. Dino/baby management quality of life. Wild babies. That's going to be super cool to see. Maybe we'll be able to like steal them or something, because like that would be super cool. Snap point improvements, new snaps, logic improvements, character creation and customization improvements. Super dope. Give us more, way more. That way everybody can be individualized from each other instead of on PvP servers, everybody's super short with big hands. Super awesome. Looking forward to that. Super excited. Cross-platform multiplayer and full blueprint modding. I know we mentioned this before, but we're serious. It's happening on PC and consoles at launch, and we've got it working internally with Overwolf technology. This dramatically changes the nature of the console experience. And I remember seeing something somewhere. I don't necessarily remember where. I want to say it was Hod that brought this up, that actually talked to the Overwolf people and asked them a couple of questions. I might be wrong on that. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that's who it came from. But he did get information saying that it will not be available for console at launch. So we will have to wait and see about that one. I'm not going to hold my breath for it, but if it happens, GG Wildcard. And this list is not exhaustive. We are hoping to get even more done, and the only reason we aren't covering all of those details right now is that we're still working on them. It's taken a significant amount of resources and time at the studio, and we don't want to commit to other particular features unless we're sure we can get them for launch. And yeah, we may miss our deadline on certain aspects, but they'll come in over time as we continue to support this next generation of Ark. Maybe they've learned from their mistakes, and not giving us all the information up front is for the benefit and the better mental state for everybody, so that way they don't come out and say, hey, this is what you're going to get. Hey, sir, we have to move the deadline back and delay it further. So just give us for sure what they're going to give us on day one right now, what they know for 100% fact. And the more and more information we get, they can be like, hey, this is what else you're getting. And another thing, and another thing. So I like that, and I hope they stay true to that. At the end of the day, these are just words, and frankly, may not mean so much. That's okay. We understand what will really convince you is seeing screenshots and gameplay trailer, and you will in time. We know there are going to be more questions, and we'll be sharing more details over time. We're not quite ready to pull back the curtains just yet, so we hope you'll hang in there with us, survivors. It'll be worth the wait. Community creature submissions. Looks like we're going to get some new creatures again. That's freaking awesome. Let's kick off the first piece of major new content for Ark Survival Ascended. A fan-voted real-world creature that will launch on day one. Please note, this creature will be released for Scorched Earth, so make sure your real-world submissions are in theme with that map. We'll also be adding an additional real-world creature for each subsequent canonical, I can't ever say that word, expansion pack map released on Ark Survival Ascended. So right here, I'll have this link in the description below. It says, check out the creature submission guidelines for more information on the submission process, and hop over to the creature submission forum to see the current entries. The entry period will end at 1 p.m. Pacific on April 21st, so don't wait. Get your ideas in. We are looking forward to seeing your ideas come to life. I'll have a link to the actual submission guidelines and the submission forum and the description below, so that way if any of you are interested in putting in your own submission, your own dossier, then you'll be able to. I'm really super excited to see this go down. Goes on to say we're having an Easter Evo event. Survivors on all platforms, we will be receiving a special Easter Evo event. During this event, 25% of wild creature spawns will be replaced with the colors from the event list. It will be active until Monday the 24th of April. All official servers across each platform will be undergoing this evolutionary change, which includes the event dates are from today, the 7th, up to the 24th of April. We get event rates, which is 3 times on official servers, all the way up to 6 times on classic. I'm not going to go through every single one of the colors, but we get my favorited red. It says 25% of creatures currently get the pack's color set below, and then gives a huge list of different colors that we're able to get. Seen this on Twitter earlier. Conquest servers are being reintroduced for a new season by Snell Games. Blech. To kick things off, our current classic PvP season will end, and servers will be wiped shortly before the new Conquest begins on April 25th. Conquest PvP servers wipe on April 25th, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Check out our prior community crunch for the full details. And then it goes down to the community corner, Primal Fear, with natural causes. You got Terrifier. What's up, Terra? Super dope. See you on here, man. Terrifier shows you the different ways to tame creatures you see around you. And this helpful and captivating guide, he will help you understand advanced crafting using mortar and pestle, trank arrows, narcotics, saddles, passive taming, and more. And then we got some fan art, the concept of a fiery place. This is untitled. You got the Equus and the unicorn. Oh, one of my favorite tames on Aberration. Dude, those are freaking awesome. So Mosasaurus, dude, those are, wow. I like that. Homemade Pteranodon, some Reapers. Oh, this dude hanging out by the beer barrels with a hyena. I think that's beer barrels. You got the island. Oh, that's the island cave. Edmund Rockwell. Man, that's on Valguero. That's a super cool build. Architects? The architects did that. Freaking Hogwarts, dude. All right, so these are my thoughts. So I want to go over we appreciate your patience as we digested the feedback and consulted with our partners. This basically goes to show you that Wildcard listens to the community as a whole. I'm not sure if we will ever see or hear anything from Fail Games, and wouldn't surprise me if we ever did. I do think as a whole we went to the extreme to get some pretty decent changes, but Wildcard, if you are watching this, the anger and outbursts weren't technically thrown in your direction but towards Fail Games, and I believe that the community has much love for y'all, because let's face it, you know that we know that you know that we know. And I'm just going to leave that part as it is. So let's move on. So as far as the pricing, I 100% agree with making it $60 for everything. Like I said in my last video, Survival of the Fittest needs to be its own standalone game or download and make it free for everyone, as that could potentially bring more paid players to Ark Survival Ascended. The overall release timeline is awesome, but I think they should release the community-created maps starting in October this year and slowly release them like they are doing to all canon maps. And let's be honest here, we don't want this new game to be ran on 8-year-old servers. We want it to be ran on the best optimized, the strongest servers possible, so that way whenever everybody loads in on the beach day one to do a note run on the island to try and get to level 76 to get their little pea shooters, turrets, whatever, that there's not a lag fest like it is now. You know, with them shutting down the servers, that gives them more money to be able to open up the new servers. You know, I couldn't imagine a company running 2 separate major server companies, one with 8-year-old technology and then one with the brand new technology. That could potentially put them in a huge financial bind. So I personally understand why they are shutting down the official servers. Yes, it sucks, but this game seems like it's going to be around for the long haul, you know, maybe another 8-10 years, which would be awesome, you know, for those that don't want to go to Ark 2 here in the next 72 years. But, you know, y'all got to understand that running 2 separate servers or servers mainframes would be expensive. That'd be crazy to expect anybody to do that. Now, the new features are going to be freaking awesome. I'm not sure what the dynamic navigation mesh is, but the creature pathfinder sounds to me like it's going to be something like if a raptor is running after us and we go to bola it, the raptor will juke us and maybe jump over us to prevent itself from being hit by a bola. The photo mode is going to be amazing for in-game screenshots and our YouTube thumbnails. Can you imagine the screenshots that we're going to be getting in the future for the community corner part of the community crunch? I'm really looking forward to that part. Whenever it comes to the NVIDIA DLSS, like I said earlier, if y'all could let me know in the comments what that is, that would be super awesome, because I have no idea what that is. Dino baby management sounds like there's going to be a new ways to interact with babies and probably new ways to imprint on them. And that also follows up to the wild babies are going to be crazy and can't wait to see what mechanics they will add because of them. Just seeing wild babies out in the open world is going to be freaking awesome. Like, are we going to be able to steal them? Are we going to be able to imprint on them out in the wild? We need them to go over more information over the wild babies and the dino baby management quality of life, because I'm super interested to see where that can take us. Snap point improvements, literally just seen, and I don't remember where I saw that, but there's been a bunch of issues with the snaps, you know, especially building right onto the world border. If you build too close to it, you can't put your walls or your ceilings or anything. So the snap point improvements are going to be super good. Maybe you won't be able to put a freaking a campfire on the side of a wall anymore. And, you know, that's one of the things that was in Genesis 2, able to get in some of those stupid crouch points, super OP bases, for PvP anyway. The campfire would let you get into these places. So if they get away with those kind of snaps or whatever, that would be a huge quality improvement. Whenever it comes to character creation and customizations, you can ask my wife how much I absolutely love it. I'm really hoping they go into pretty good depth with this and not just everyone running around with super huge hands and super short women in PvP. The mods being released on console day one, I'm not so sure that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a little bit further down the road that we, as console players, get the mods. But we are 100% excited to see what mods actually make it to Ark Survival Ascended, because let's be real, being able to move everything to the fabricator at once would be freaking awesome. And just like in the last video, if y'all would like to continue this conversation, please consider joining the family Discord. I'll have the link in the description below. So that's going to wrap up this video, and I hope y'all enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.